Hey everybody, it's me Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 Hz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself. Right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and to get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Sending me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to Great Days. So today I wanted to go over the nature of life and it being a dream, and I guess deepening the dreamlike state and coming into a lucidity, right? So let's get into this. So life is a dream, right? I'm sure that most, if you are listening to this, you may have heard this. If you haven't, this is something that you're going to hear from various different sages or ancient peoples, the most wise peoples, maybe even philosophers, right? Mystics are most definitely going to say this. Enlightened beings are most definitely going to tell you that life is a dream. Edgar Allan Poe talked about life being a dream. Edgar Casey, Shakespeare, right? Multiple absolutely superb individuals are talking about life being a dream. This is the nature of life. A lot of these individuals or a lot of these beings who are telling this do not necessarily have to have a life within society, right? Meaning that they're completely out of the range of most societal ways. So a lot of the people who are telling the deeper nature, talking of the deeper nature, are not going to be talked about, like Edgar Allan Poe, very famous poet, very great poet, uh, well known, right, by almost everybody, very, very famous individual. He's telling the nature of existence being a dream. But there's a lot of other individuals or beings who are also talking about the same thing, which you will not know of because they don't exist within the societal ways, right? So they're lost. They've gotten lost in life, or the dream. But this is the nature of it. The nature of life is a dream. You don't exist. Nobody exists. And you really have to get into the deeper metaphysical nature of life in order to ontologically back that up. And I'm only going over ontologics because people enjoy logic, especially Western society. Western society loves logic. So ontologics is a great metaphysical way to prove the non-existentiality of what is going on, right? So all that we can really say is that we don't know what's going on, right? Because nobody knows what's going on. There's just a lot of things happening. But once again, once you start going into a deeper metaphysical experience, everything that you thought was happening ceases to be happening, and you start coming into deeper states of non-existence. Life is literally a dream, right? Once you start understanding why, then perception starts to, or the way that you just are within yourself, you start to be more within the dream state, right? There's that one writing, I can't remember who it may be by, maybe Rumi or somebody, but somebody wrote that they had a dream that they were a butterfly, and something that they weren't able to wake from that dream, or they couldn't distinguish whether or not they were a butterfly dreaming they were a human, or whether they were a human dreaming they were a butterfly, right? So the poet, or the little writing is pretty much saying, or talking about the fact that he doesn't know whether or not he is a human dreaming that he is a butterfly, or that he is a butterfly dreaming that he is a human, because there's no distinction between the two experiences. And if there is a distinction, then it's completely it's not backed up by anything, so it doesn't hold any ground. So the whole thing is a dream. If you start lucid dreaming more, intensely lucid dreaming, you're going to easily be able to see that waking reality is just another dream, because this is the whole nature of it. 5% of waking reality, this is 5%. 5% of waking reality is all conscious, and then 95% is subconscious, right? So most of that percentage is subconscious, and once you start receding into the subconscious, into that 95%, everything becomes dreamlike, because the nature of life is a dream. It's only within that 5% that we're able to sustain the little illusion, or the maya, which is the matrix, the illusory world. But it doesn't exist. See, the moment that you have the experience of breaking through that illusory world, or the illusion, or maya, it's very simple to understand that life is a dream, right? Once again, if you begin lucid dreaming, if you practice lucid dreaming every single night, then the waking reality becomes just another dream within the compilation, or within the astral. Because if you're occupying multiple different lives within the astral realm, or the dream world, when you come back to the waking reality, into this individual life, it's just another life compiled into the multiplicity within the astral, because there's no difference. See, you're waking up. When you go to sleep, you're waking up in a whole nother life, and that's what we call a dream. When that life comes to a cessation, then you transition into another one, and then we call that another dream, right? And then you literally just transition back into this one when it's time to quote unquote wake up. But you're not actually waking up, you're just making yourself into another dream. See, the whole thing is a dream. But this is the good thing. This is the whole This is the best part. Since it's a dream, you don't actually die, or you don't, death is not what you think. And a lot of things that you have been taught are probably just misunderstandings or misconceptualizations at this point, since it has become just dreamlike. The whole world collapses within you, which is exactly what you want, because that's what a death is. When the entire world collapses, you have died. Think about it like this: when you die, or what you think is death, when you die, everything is stripped away from you. Your entire experience is stripped away from you. And you fade off into the void, into blackness, eternal blackness, or the void, right? The womb principle. And then everything is collapsed away into itself, where it was first conceptualized out of nothingness. So if that happens while you're still healthy and alive, then you've come to a death. The whole thing collapses in on itself, into nothingness, into the void, and it's renewed. So the whole thing is a dream, right? If you've ever listened to Alan Watts talks about this. Plenty of mystics talking about this. Plenty of gurus are talking about this, have talked about this for thousands and thousands of years. Shiva talks about this. Tune into him. Everybody's talking about this. Christ talked about this. Buddha. Every holy figure is saying that the whole thing is a dream, because it is a dream. You're dreaming right now. You're listening to yourself dreaming. And plenty of liberated beings are talking about this, right? So the whole thing is that I can pass around the knowledge, but it's not backed up by experience, so it remains belief. And due to the fact that it remains belief without experiential backing, it is untruthful. So in order for you to come into that truth, you must experience that life is literally a dream. In order to experience that, you need to fall deeper into the dream. And there's many ways to be able to do that, right? I want to say the best way to do that is through lucid dreaming. If you're able to lucid dream, then you're easily able to disintegrate what we would call waking reality as just another dream. See, whenever you're going to sleep, you're really just entering into a deep state of relaxation. And when you're able to fall into a deeper state of relaxation, you're able to use deeper wavelengths, or you're able to access deeper wavelengths of your brain's capability. And these deeper wavelengths of the brain's capabilities allow you to perceive things beyond the current experience that you're having right now listening to this. So you're going deeper into consciousness, right? You have your eyes closed. Your room is completely blacked out. Everything is silent. But you're still experiencing, you're still seeing stuff, and you can still hear things, right? And that's what we call a dream. You're having a completely different experience, but your room is blacked out and there's no image, but there's an imaging within your mind or your mental perception or your mental framing. And within that experience is a whole nother life. If you're deep enough into the perception of it, right? It's holographic reality. Holographic light. That's what the pineal is. The pineal is the seat of the soul, right? You access the pineal gland, which is at the center of the neurological structure, and it acts as a gateway to higher dimensions. When you relax enough in your sleep cycling, the pineal gland is opened and it secretes various different concoctions of chemical substances, and all of these substances concoct experience. And these experiences can allow you to go beyond the current experience here now, right? And all this is already known about. I don't know anything, actually. But if you lucid dream, once again, if you do it enough, then waking reality just becomes another dream, because that's what it is. So once you really understand that waking reality is just another dream within a infinitude or multiplicity of dreams making up the astral, or various different planes making up the astral realm, then you want to become lucid in this dream, this current dream, this waking reality. You want to be lucid. See, you can go into, you can have lucid dreams in your dream state or in the astral, and you can manipulate your dream reality or travel the astral realm, which is lucid dreaming. But once you do that enough, then this reality or waking reality becomes just another dream of that realm. And then you want to make this dream lucid, meaning you want to be able to do anything within this dream, just like you would be able to do in the astral realm, right? In the astral realm, you can do anything. You can conjure up. You can do anything in the astral realm. I mean, out of a relativity, but much more capability in the astral realm than you have here. So you think you have just as much capability here in this current dream as you do in the astral realm, right? And that's going into the absolute cessation of the matrix, or the absolute cessation of the Maya, or the illusory world. See, the only reason the matrix is in place is to keep the mass from being able to fall into that whole state of non-existence, right? So it's a type of sustainment, a matrices, right? If you understand what matrices are in mathematics, then you understand what a matrix is, and that's all that the matrix is. That's why we call it a machine, because it's a matrix. But you want to be lucid here, which is literally being conscious, being awake, being aware in a dream state. This is a dream state, because it's no different from a dream. But you got to dissolve away at various different layers of conditionings and programs to have that experience that this is just another dream. Because obviously there has to be systems, subconscious systems in place to keep the matrix or the maya, the illusory world, sustained. Otherwise, everybody would be flying all over the place, and everybody would be doing all sorts of crazy things, right? So this is why the laws of physics are in place, various different systems like this. But all of them are just illusions. They don't exist. And inevitably, all of these various different laws of the matrix are cessated. They are ceased. And we do collectively go into the dream state. That's what Mahankal Shiva is. It's a collective dream state, collective dream time. The end of time itself, right? So life is a dream. Be lucid here now. There's various different practices, methods to take up in order to be lucid here now. This is synonymous with enlightenment, being lucid in the dream state. But first you got to have the experience that is a dream. And lucidity easily comes to you because that's the growth, right? But that's going to be it for today's video. Once again, I do thank everybody for watching. Once again, peace out, one love, and have a great evening.